Morning, good afternoon, or good evening at any time you are seeing my video. I am Agraj, and the today's topic of discussion will be first how the geographical location of student affect whether he will be got selected in government medical college or not. Second, what is the difference between partial drop and proper drop. In the same way, we will also discuss that which student must prefer proper drop and which student will prefer the partial drop. So it's very important topic of discussion, hence it is necessary for all of you to pay your 100% attention here. So the first topic of discussion is how the geographical location of student affect whether he will get GMC, that is government medical college, or not. You come to know that our country India is secular country. Each and every state actually shows independence in its each and every decision. So if I talk about our country, so you come to know that due to the huge geography, the students living in particular area face more competition, whereas the student living in other area actually face the low competition. So the meaning of my saying is that along with the hard work of a student, you must remember that the geographical location of a student also affects whether he will be got government medical college or not. So you can say that first number, primary preference whether the student will be got selected depends upon its hard work, but its state and his geography also decide the same. So let's proceed our discussion further. If I talk about the students living in the northern states of India, like in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab, and Haryana, then for those students you come to know and you also aware of huge competition there. So in order to get government medical seat, you have to score above 610 or above 615. So you must remember that for those students, the borderline marks are nearer to 600 or in between 600 and 610. The student scoring less than 600 marks and belonging from any of the state present in North India will obviously face too much difficulty, and it is hardly to get government medical seat at those marks. So it is very important. Now the second point is to be remembered that there are only government medical colleges available in those states. The semi-government institution are not available. In the same way, there are private colleges present in those states, but the fee structure for that goes little bit much higher, and it is not affordable by the student living in most of the families, because in those states you come to know there are too many students with middle class families, and hence they only prefer or they only try to compete for the government medical college. So it's a second most important thing which affects the competition in North India. So I can say that in North India there is too much competition, not only from the medical background but also from the engineering background or from the UPSC background. So are you getting my point? What did I mean? Okay. Now if I talk about the students from the South India, as you come to know that South India is more literate, therefore you can also see huge competition in South India also. But if I compare the North Indian competition and South Indian competition for medical entrance, then North Indian competition is little bit much more higher as compared to the competition seen for medical in South India. But there is one state in South India which is Kerala, for which the competition go too much higher as similar to the northern states of India like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Haryana. And you come to know it is only due to the high literacy rate of that particular state. So for those students living in any of the following state, I am going to tell you the name of those states, and for those students it is necessary for you to do hard work. Hard work is only the option for your success. If you are not doing hard work, then you will be unable to get seat for MBBS, because private institutions are available in those states, but even though the government have no any control over 50 or 25% seats available in those colleges, and hence you only left behind with only one option, and that is nothing but the government medical college, because private medical colleges present in those states also show too much expensiveness in their fees per annum. So the middle class family student cannot able to afford those fees per annum. Are you getting my point? Okay. So the name of those states are first Uttar Pradesh, second Bihar, third Punjab, fourth Haryana, fifth Kerala. So for these 5 states the competition is at topmost point or topmost peak. Now for the students living in northeastern parts of India or in northeastern state like Assam, Tripura, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, etc., you have to remember that you can easily got government medical seat through the state quota. If you are scoring less than 600 or if you are scoring even less than 550, then it is obvious that you cannot able to get government medical seat through all India quota. But yes, you can get government medical seat in your most top government medical college present in your state. Okay, so don't worry about that. But also for those students it is necessary for you to do hard work. If you are scoring less than 500, or if you are scoring in between 500 and 510, then there will be the low chances to get government medical seat in those states. So if I talk about the western states of India, competition is moderate. It is not too much high and too much low. For example, those states are Gujarat, Maharashtra, etc. So for those states the competition is moderate. It is not too much high, or that is it is not at too much peak, and it is not too much at least. So I can say that it doesn't show the competition at peak or at bottom. It is moderate. For those students it is necessary for you to do hard work. For my states Maharashtra, if you are scoring above 580, or if you are scoring above 550 also, then you can get government medical seat. But your category must be reserved, that is ST, SC or OBC. But for general students, here also you have to score nearer to 600. Now if I talk about the eastern states of India, especially in the Odisha and Jharkhand, the competition is slightly lower than moderate level. That is, the competition is seen lower as compared to the states like Maharashtra and Gujarat. So for those students it is necessary for you to keep your focus on study, because there is no any state in our country India through which the student can allot a good government medical seat through state quota, because each and every state students are clever. But I am talking about majority. For example, some states show less competition. It doesn't mean that the state is dull, but the meaning of my saying is that the majority of students doesn't do hard work in those states. There is a few fraction of students working hard, but yes, those students exist throughout the states of our country India. So don't forget about that. Competition is already high. Now if I talk about the students from the West Bengal, so this state is literate, therefore the competition also go too much higher in that particular state also. Now if I talk about Madhya Pradesh, so Madhya Pradesh is very lucky state. That is, those students belonging from Madhya Pradesh must have to feel proud, because if they got private colleges also except deemed universities, then there is a scheme of Madhya Pradesh government that Madhya Pradesh government pay 100% fees for private colleges also. So the students belonging from Madhya Pradesh are actually too lucky in that particular thing. But if I talk about my state Maharashtra, the students belonging from Maharashtra are also lucky, but they are not too much luckier than the students from Madhya Pradesh, because Maharashtra state government only give 50% concession to the students belonging from the reserve categories. So now from this discussion I know that you have understood how the geography also plays a very important role in deciding whether the student will got selected throughout, and whether the student will secure government medical seat or not. So along with the hard work that the student is doing, plus the geographical location of a student, these two are the crucial factors which decides the selection of a particular student. So I hope you have understood what did I mean. So it was our first topic. Now at the end of this first topic I will like to tell you that the students from the North India are very unlucky, because they have to face too much competition, and due to the unavailability of semi government institution and the control of government over the private medical seats is also very less. Therefore they only left behind with the option of taking drop. But for those students it is not necessary for you to worry. You can go abroad for doing MBBS, because if you are scoring about more than 550, and even though you have to pay 50 lakh to 60 lakh in these 5.5 years, then you then you only left behind with a one option, and that is nothing but go abroad for doing MBBS. Don't worry about that, please enjoy your journey. But if you are scoring 550 or above 550, then you are a clever student according to my opinion. It doesn't mean that I have scored 556 marks, so it will not actually mean that I am clever. But I am telling you that if you are scoring above 550, then you come under the good category. Okay, so you have actually covered the first topic, and now second topic that we are going to cover now is that what is partial drop and what is the difference between partial drop and proper drop. Now it is very important. There are three categories of students into which we can classify. First is fresher students. Those students who appear for NEET exam first time are freshers. you come to know that majority of toppers are freshers, but the students who got selected are majority of droppers, remember that. So if you give NEET exam only once a time and you are scoring good marks, then well and good, you are so clever, you can get government medical college through all India quota. But if it is impossible to get government medical college through AIQ, then you can participate in your state quota. Okay, don't worry about that. Now the second category of student is droppers. Now obviously there are many year droppers, but majority of droppers are 1 year, but some are 2 years, some are 3, and remaining are about 4 to 5 years dropper. It is seen that the maximum drop that the student can take for cracking NEET exam is 10 years. So it is very impossible, it is highly impossible, because you cannot take 10-year drops for cracking a single exam, because it's a wastage of time. It is actually not your cleverness. I am talking on mouth. I know that there will be many students who are seeing me, but I am talking on mouth that if you are taking 4 to 5 years for cracking NEET exam, it doesn't make a complete sense, because it is a total wastage of time. Okay, so you have to actually try to crack any competitive exam in a given time. I know that sometimes you actually suffer from some difficulties, as a result of which you actually got convinced to take drop, I know. But if you are taking 1 or 2 drop, then it's fine. But if you are increasing the number of drop, then it's your mistake. You are not keeping your focus on studies. Now if I talk about a third category student, so these are those who cannot afford taking drop, or who cannot afford to do MBBS in India, so they go for abroad. So I am not talking about the third category of students. I will discuss on the topic of MBBS abroad in my next video, so don't worry about that. Now we are going to discuss about types of droppers, partial droppers and proper droppers. So now it depends upon you that on which drop do you are, and hence that particular thing will decide that whether it is necessary for you to take next drop as a partial drop or proper drop. It is very important. If you are a fresher and you score low marks, then obviously you can take another chance and you can be a proper dropper, because it is not necessary for you to actually go and take a partial drop, because if you are not cracking NEET exam in your first attempt, then it is not necessary for you to actually go for partial drop. You can take proper drop, because you can give one more chance to you. Okay, but if you had already taken a one drop, then at this time it's depend upon you whether you like to take partial drop or proper drop again. Because if you already taken a second chance, then obviously most probably you can crack NEET exam in your third chance, but you can actually keep your life secure by choosing other option rather than MBBS, which may be either BAMS, BDS or even BSc nursing. Now it is to be remembered one of the most important thing, that for partial droppers it is very difficult for them to manage study. It is due to the fact that they have to manage the running syllabus, that is going in the college, with the NEET study. Because you come to know that the official time of college actually is from 8 to 4 or 8 to 5, as a result of which they have to spend many more hours of day in college, and hence for partial dropper it becomes difficult to take time for study, because they have to manage the current syllabus of the field that they have chosen along with the NEET study. So please avoid to become a partial dropper. But if you are already a dropper and you again want to take another drop in order to clear NEET exam, then the only thing with which you left behind is partial drop, or you have to become a partial dropper. Because as I had already told you, if you again failed in NEET exam, then there will be no any guilty in your mind that you have wasted your 1 year, 2 year or 3 year. You are already admitted in other field, so you can continue your career by choosing that particular other option. Okay, so it's a benefit of partial drop. Now you must remember that for partial droppers it is necessary for you to actually keep your 100% intention on your goal. For example, if you want to clear NEET exam, but because of certain reasons you have not cracked it, hence you have taken a partial drop, then in this case it is not necessary for you to keep your primary focus to the option that you have chosen as a partial drop. Because I will explain you what is the reason. Suppose there is a girl who actually dropped NEET exam and she choose BSc nursing. Okay, now for her, in order to crack the NEET exam next year, it is necessary for her to give 100% towards NEET preparation. If she is actually making BSc nursing as her primary goal or career, then she will be unable to crack NEET exam. So if you are enrolling yourself in other courses rather than MBBS, then please keep it in your mind that you have to prepare for NEET. Those all the courses which are BMS, BDS or BSc nursing are temporary. You have to leave this field. Therefore, please don't make this all the things as your primary goal. Please set your primary goal as MBBS only. So it's a very important thing that you have to remember, because I have seen too many students who take partial drop, but they manage themselves with time, with what they have chosen as a sideway option, for example BAMS, BDS, etc. Therefore it causes cut off of continuity, and hence they can't able to crack NEET exam. So you have to not repeat this mistake, because it's a very huge mistake through which many students pass from. Okay, now if you are not, if you fail to crack NEET again and again, so don't worry, because there are many options rather than NEET also. Please continue your career with those all the options. I am not demotivating you, but it's the reality of life. I have also understood that from my NEET preparation, because each and everything doesn't depend only upon you. Some things are also decided by God or Almighty, to which you pray for. So please keep all these things from which you are actually undergoing, and please keep all teasing and those things who actually provide you tension to the God, because he will manage each and everything. But the only thing with which you left behind is hard work. So please try to continue your life, or please try to continue each and everything with your hard work, because nothing is impossible if you are doing hard work. So it's very important. So as I had already told you, if you are a 1 year dropper, then you can again take one more chance in order to crack NEET exam. But if you have already completed your 3 to 4 drop, then don't take another fresh drop. Go and please join other courses rather than MBBS. Hence that particular thing will save you from wasting your one more year. So in this way you can manage yourself with the competitive examination, because nowadays you come to know that the competition in medical field is too much increasing. In NEET 2023, about 21 to 22 lakh students have been participated, and out of this 21 to 22 lakh student, only top 1%, that is 40 to 50%, 40 to 50,000 students will be got selected, and remaining students will become droppers. So for those students, obviously you may take either partial drop or full drop. But yes, again I will repeat, if it is your first chance, then you can take second chance. But if it is already your second chance, then it depends upon you whether you are interested in taking one more full drop, or you are interested in joining other course rather than your main course. So I hope you have understood each and everything that I have discussed. So at the end of video, I will like to tell you one of the most important thing, that I always regret in mind, that if there is a fresher student and if there is a dropper student, so the government must give first priority to the fresher for taking government medical seat, not to the dropper. I am talking on mouth. I know that there will be many droppers seeing my video, but it's reality. If a particular fresher student is scoring above 550, so the first chance must be given to him, not to the student who is scoring 600 mark after taking one drop. So it's a very important thing. And if you are actually obeying myself, or if you actually have a good opinion about this thing, then please write in comment box whether it is necessary for us to complain about this thing to the government or not. Because you come to know that fresher is a student who is always clever. Okay, so if you score above 550 marks in first attempt, it is a very good score. Don't worry about anything, because I also score the same marks. So you have to remember that particular thing. So I will also like to share that particular thing to the each and every relative. Not only that, but you can also share my sentence on Facebook or Instagram, so that it will become viral and government will obey at what we actually want to say. Because first preference must always be given to fresher and then to dropper. It's my statement, because freshers, if scoring above 550 and dropper for example score above 600 or 610, then the first preference must be given always to freshers, because freshers are always intelligent. Therefore you have seen that most of the ranker students are fresher. Yes, I know that droppers can also make a good rank, but freshers are always freshers. I am telling you all those things on my channel, but it doesn't mean that I am violating the mind of dropper, or I am actually disrespecting dropper. No, it doesn't mean that, because droppers are also student and they are also doing hard work. But if I compare about fresher and dropper, so according to me, if a particular fresher student is scoring above 550, then the first chance for getting government medical seat must be given to fresher. It's the meaning of my saying. If you have any doubt or queries in your mind, then please write down that particular thing in the comment box. I will definitely write to reply. I know that this video have been seen by many droppers also, so I will apologize to all those, because I actually talk wrong about droppers, but it's not wrong actually. If you think logically, na, then you will also notice that I am talking right. So don't worry about anything. And again, I am apologizing. I am joining my hands. Please apologize me if you are feeling bad. But droppers are also intelligent. It doesn't mean that droppers are dull. No, not at all. I am not comparing about mind powers of both of these two persons. Okay. So thank you everybody. Bye bye. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Love you all.